Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Angela here, and we are on day 124 of drawing together. You know, when I started this, I thought maybe we'd draw together maybe 3-4 weeks at the most. Never ever did I imagine that we would be doing this all the way to Christmas and probably all the way into, what do we got next? The next holiday might be New Year's Eve and then Valentine's Day. Who knows how long we'll do this? But it has been great being with you every week. At first, like I said, we did 100 days. Now we're only doing it once a week, but I really look forward to it every Friday to draw with you. Now, it is December, so I got on my December clothing. See my little Santas and my little Christmas trees on my jacket. And so that means today, let's go ahead and let's draw a Christmas tree, just like I have here in the side. I'm gonna maybe show you some of the Christmas tree ornaments before we're done because this is down in my studio, so all the ornaments have to do with what we do here, painting and drawing and eating popcorn and stuff like that. So it's a really, really fun tree. So let's grab our paper, our pencils, our colored pencils, our markers, whatever you have, and let's draw a Christmas tree today. So are we ready? All right, our Christmas tree is going to be big. Let's see if I can get this in here without knocking the tree over. Maybe I'll move this over just a smidge. We'll see a little less Christmas tree right now. All right, so we're gonna make it so it's really big. Now, I wanna make sure that I get the whole thing on there. Like when I drew my elf last week, the hat went right off the top of the paper because I didn't plan ahead. So today I'm gonna plan ahead. Normally, when we put up a Christmas tree, we put the star on last after we've decorated. Our Christmas tree, we're going to put the star on first, so I know we're going to be able to fit it on the piece of paper. Now, you draw the star any way you want. Some people do it, just one big line, and they do all the, go down in the triangles. I make mine a little fat and cutesy, so it really doesn't have to be exact shape. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to put a pretty big star. And how I make a star is I do a point on the top, and then I go off onto the side, just like this. And then I make mine round. You don't have to make yours round. You can make them pointed. So it's almost like a head and two arms. Then I'm gonna give them two little legs. That's how I make my star. Almost like a starfish. I guess that's more what I draw, a starfish. So you can see mine is kind of big at the top. It's kind of skinny at the bottom, but it doesn't matter. It's art. So you do it the way you want to do it. Now let's make a Christmas tree. I'm going to try to keep it in a triangle, but I don't want to do a triangle. I want to get more clever than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of have graceful lines come out. And I'm going to make a line that goes just like that. And then I'm going to make another one almost the same way, right like that. See how they kind of curve out? I'm not making them straight down. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make nice curvy lines, almost like I'm going to go. Oh, this is the fun part. I love making these curvy lines. And then connect it. You have got the very top of your tree. Now, we don't want our tree to be that short. That kind of looks like a bush. So let's go ahead and do the next section. Same thing. Go out at nice little curves. And I do kind of one side and then the other so my tree isn't lopsided. So I kind of know where each side of the tree is. Now, it's even getting a little lopsided, but that's okay. All right, again, the fun part. Swirly, 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 and then we're gonna put it right up and touch there. All right, I still think my tree is too short. I'm gonna give it one more layer, one more, and I'm really gonna kind of really go out on this one like it's a skirt on a tree. Just like that. Oh, that's fun. And then let's do the same thing right over here. And then we're gonna add the swirlies all the way from one of our lines to the other. And the nice thing about this, it doesn't have to be exact. You can just have fun. And your tree can be, I know we used to get a tree. Me and my dad, I'll tell you a story, but maybe I should tell you a story where I'm drawing. Okay, let me do the trunk of the tree first. Okay. And then we're going to put a line down like this. I will tell you the story. I didn't forget, but I'm going to wait till we're coloring because then I don't have anything to do but talk. All right, now I put this line like this so it's like snow, okay? And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do snow. Our tree is outside in the snow. So that's a background, that's the snow up here, and then this shows there's more snow down around the tree. Let's go ahead and put some ornaments on it. Any kind of ornaments you want. I am just going to make some circles, but you can make whatever you want. If you want to have special ornaments on there, you draw whatever makes you happy. How much time you want to put into it. Let's put it that way. I'm just doing circles. So you don't have to sit here and watch me draw a truck and a star and all different things. But do whatever you want to. Stars are a good idea. All right, we've got our tree almost done. Now up here, because I think I'm going to have time, but maybe I won't, I am going to draw some snowflakes, and my snowflakes are just going to be round. And why I'm doing this is I want to color in the sky, but I don't want to color in the snowflakes because it'll be too hard to make them white again. So I got a lot of snowflakes. I'm giving myself an awful lot of work here. All right, we have got our beautiful Christmas tree all done. Now we are going to color it in. I'm going to go ahead and start with the yellow. So I am going to give my tree a yellow star. Your tree can have any color star you want. When I show you my tree doesn't have a star on the top. My tree has a artist Santa. He is holding a art palette and brushes and all kinds of stuff like that. Like I said, my tree has all kind of art things on it down here. All right, I'm going to do a couple of the ornaments yellow too, just a couple. And I'll do another one over here. There we go. Now, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do some ornaments. So I'm going to grab a red, and maybe I'll do a red ornament here. I'm coloring in a circle. That's kind of fun too. And I think I'm going to do another one here. You can kind of put them any place your heart desires. And I'm going to put another one down here. It depends on how many ornaments you put on the tree, how much work you have to do right now. All right, I'm going to grab a purple, and I'm going to get a couple purple ornaments on here. There's one purple down here, seems to be away from everything else. There's a purple, and then let's do a blue. Oh my gosh, I dropped it. I disappear out of the camera. I'm back. And we'll do a blue here. Oh my gosh, my blue looks a little bit like my purple. I'll use a lighter blue on that one. All right, there we go. We have got our beautiful ornaments. While I'm working on the star, I have to keep reaching. I put my crayons right here underneath the camera, so I have to keep getting closer to it. But, all right, I'm going to do brown on the bottom. And I'm going to make the trunk of my tree. This is a tree somebody decorated to put outside. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and do green. All right, and now I'm going to tell you my story because I've been holding off so because I'm going to be coloring a lot of stuff here. All right, when I was younger, my parents always had a fake tree, you know, an artificial tree, should I say. And they were kind of cool back when I was a kid because sometimes we had a silver one and it had a light wheel that went around and around and it turned the silver tree red and blue and green and yellow. And it was fun. I used to like to just sit there and watch it. Now I'm getting off track with my story. Anyway, one year I begged and begged my mom and dad, can we please get a real tree? Can we please get a real tree? So my mom said, okay. So my dad went with me and we went down to, not a tree farm, we didn't cut our own, but we went down to, like, they had a sale outside of a store and they had all these Christmas trees. Well, they had all these Christmas trees, not like leaned up against anything. They had tied them. They had like a big, almost like a clothesline, and they tied all these trees up. So you could kind of walk through them and, you know, see what they look like, and they'd move when you walk through. It was almost like a amusement park kind of thing. But it was fun. And we found, oh my gosh, I was so happy. I told my dad, this is the one I want, this is the one I want. So we picked up the tree and we brought it home, and it was a nice little fat tree, and it was pretty big, it was pretty tall. And so I was so proud of it, and we got it home and we put it on the tree stand, and this tree went whoop, just like that. It tipped sideways, and there was no place to cut it off that it would, you know, because it was already cut so short at the end, it only had the stump to go in there. So we couldn't cut it to make it even tree. So what we did is we had to turn the tree so the really tippy part kind of went toward the wall. So when you looked at it, when you walked into the room, it looked normal. But if you went to any side, you're like, whoa, that tree just, and it was so crooked. It was so crooked. So we laughed about that for a long time, about that tree, and just told ourselves, never ever buy a tree that's hung up on a clothesline because, it didn't end up being very good for us. But I love the tree, and it smelled really wonderful, and my parents were really, really wonderful for giving in and letting me have a real tree when we had like probably 2 or 3 artificial ones in our attic. So that's my story. That's as exciting as it gets. I don't know. It probably wasn't that exciting of a story, but whatever. It's a memory. That's kind of the neat thing about holidays. They bring back lots of memories of things you've done. And so make all your memories, because you'll be talking about them. You'll be talking about them through your whole life. You'll be going, remember when we did this? Or remember when we baked those cookies? Or we went to this celebration? Or something, you know, or when everybody came over to the house. We might not have a typical Christmas this year because we won't be able to get together with everybody, but make the best memories you can, because Christmas is a fun time of year. And now I talk about Christmas all the time, but honestly, people celebrate a lot of different things. It's not just Christmas. You know, there's Kwanzaa and there's Hanukkah, and there's a lot of holidays that that people celebrate other than Christmas. So if you're celebrating any of those, you have lots of memories you are making too. Okay, I think I'm almost to the end of my tree, because I always know I'm getting to the end of it because my arm starts to hurt. All right, now let's go ahead and grab the blue. Make sure I get the right blue. I'm going to do my sky blue. Now, I don't have to do anything down here because it's going to be snow. It's going to be all white. When I go up here, I want to color around my snowflakes a little bit, because otherwise the snowflakes will be blue. So this is going to be a little bit of coloring, being careful. You could always, I don't know, you could always draw other stars or other snowflakes on there. You could do the ones that, I'm going to show you. You could do ones that are like this, that are like a line, and then another line, and then a little X inside of them. You do those kind of snowflakes too. Then you don't have to color around them. And maybe you only want a couple of those in there just to show that it's just really magical. The magical time of year. And then you can color over those ones too, especially if you do them in marker. So, let's see. Now, how many of you, do you have your Christmas trees up yet? Everybody has different traditions. We always put our Christmas tree up right after Thanksgiving. Then we put it up so we'd have it up the whole month, we could enjoy it. And then I had my aunt and uncle, they didn't put it up till Christmas Eve. So they had, you know, a big dinner on Christmas Eve, and oh, oops, I just colored right over my snowflake. They, then they'd all get together and put up their tree. And I was like, wow. But they kept it up a long time afterwards. My mom, she probably doesn't want me sharing this, but oh my gosh, day after Christmas, the tree went down. Christmas was over. She still does that to this day. She takes that tree down. She figures, okay, I've had it up long enough. And also, when they're real, I'm going to move over to this side a little bit. There we go. But when trees are real, too, you have to keep water in the little pan underneath, because if you don't, they dry out. And you don't want to catch your house on fire, you know, because you didn't keep it watered. So that's why she got rid of it, too. She didn't like them around a long time, because then they drop needles on the floor, and they do all kinds of things like that. Oh, my gosh, my arm is tired. But you get the idea here. We're coloring the whole sky blue. Maybe I'll speed up the process so you don't have to sit here and watch me forever. A lot of coloring on this one. The ones we've been doing lately, I haven't had a lot of coloring on. I just draw them and then have no background. But today I thought the tree needed a little background. All right. Okay, let's pretend I colored that just a little better than it is. All right, now I'm going to do what I promised. And this is going to be kind of odd using the camera like this, but I'm going to see if I can show you my Santa Claus on the top. See, he's an artist Santa Claus. And then when you come down the tree, I have fun things like, crayon boxes and paints. And I have a little, oh gosh, what do we have here? We have a popcorn machine, a little Ferris wheel, all made out of crayons. Oh, let's see, what do we got here? We got a big pencil, but as you can tell, a spray paint bottle, all kinds of things. So my tree is filled with all art things. So I have a fun time when I find them and collect them, and then I forget I put them in the box, and then next year I open the box. I say, oh yeah, I remember getting that one. That was so cute. That was so much fun. I remember where I got it. Like I said, make memories, everyone. All right. I am going to close for today, and we'll see you in a week. We'll see you next Friday. And get your Christmas tree drawn. Let me see how it looks. And thank you for joining me like you do every week. Again, we want to wash our hands. We want to listen to our parents. We want to be kind. Please be kind to each other, especially to your moms and dads, with everybody being in the house together again this time of year. And be creative, everybody. See you next week. Bye-bye.